Okay guys, I just wanted to put this video out because I've been talking about it for a long time, and I'm going to be selling one of my Airsoft guns, so I kind of wanted to have the most complete collection video I can have at the moment. You know, I've gone through plenty of Airsoft guns and whatnot, and these are the ones I've decided to keep out of the ones. Oh, this one is kind of in progress, and a couple of them are in progress. This one's also in progress. But yeah, I'm just going to go over them. I'm going to go over, this is my entire collection in terms of, you know, both firearms and Airsoft, and I think it's more impressive looking when you combine the two. And I'll go over some of the modifications I've done, or if they're custom, or what I've had to do to get them to work properly. Kind of just a basic overview. So let's start off with this one. This is one of my custom builds. It's a Magpul lower and real steel Magpul pistol grip. This is I think it's the K2 with storage in the compartment, or the grip. Magpul PTS stock, standard buffer tube and stuff. Sort of a Rainier copy charging handle. I just got a standard GMP bolt in there and bolt carrier. This is a PWS, I believe. Handguard, yeah, PWS MK112 rail system with a Magpul angled foregrip, and I don't know what the hell that is, but it's a pretty cool muzzle attachment. Yeah, so it's pretty standard inside. It's gas blowback. I don't really use it much anymore. It's kind of my beater gun, if you'd call it that. But I still like it. It just doesn't perform as well as some of my others. This one is my 100% custom build. It's all real steel where it can be, and Airsoft where it has to be. This is I think it's called the Battle Link, or the MFT Battle Link, I think, something like that. Great stock, super lightweight, super rigid, obviously adjustable. The Magpul MOE, I think it's the SL grip with a more vertical angle. All steel parts. Same as that gun as well. All steel parts where it should be. I think like the selector isn't steel, but you know, big deal. Steel bolt carrier, GMP bolt. It's a LaRue tactical upper and lower, and yeah, anti-rotation pins. I use the GHK magazines in it. I got a little flashlight system up here. I make sure and not have it too bright because I use this for Airsoft games. So you know it's pretty bright, but it's not super bright, and it's just a cheap one I got off some online website. And yeah, I think it's a 7-inch barrel, and I got a Noveski Sound Hog on there to amplify the noise that comes out of the muzzle. A Vortex Spark 2 mounted on top there. Good stuff. And another Rainier sort of clone for the charging handle. And if I miss anything, my apologies. If you have any questions about any of these, just hit me up. This is a GHK PDW. They're aluminum upper and lowers, so they're not like pop metal. Actually, the lower I think is sort of a pop metal material. Put some sort of paracord on here for when I get a cheek weld, so it's not so cold on my face. These are they're gas blowbacks unless I say otherwise. Basically, I've removed some things just to kind of make it more streamlined. I'm working on this pistol grip, getting it stippled and stuff. I've modified it so it's gonna look like that, all throughout when I get it done. But I'm still working on it. I shaped it differently from a stock M4 pistol grip. Cool gun. And I can't remember the length of the barrel, but I think it's just like a Tasco red dot up top, and some random sling I threw on there. This is the GHK G5. I have modified this in many ways. I have a video on the modification, so if you want to get more detailed as to what I did to make this run properly, I didn't have any problems initially, but I just didn't like a couple things about it, so I changed it. This is just an aim point micro T1 clone. I've got the RA Tech steel bolt carrier in there. Took off some things to make it even more lightweight. It's got a mag pull. I think it's a K-grip. Very vertical, very smooth, streamlined. Love it. You know, is that one? Then I got my second G5 here. I picked this up for $100 with 6 magazines, so I got a great deal. But it had some problems, and the previous owner did not take care of it as he should. But I fixed most of the problems. It has a broken receiver. I put this little steel plate on here, so it's a steel charging handle. Mag pull. It's like sort of a rubberized grip. It's a cool gun. I run iron sights with it, and suppressor kind of quiets it down a little bit. This is my AEG L85. I had a gas blowback version of this, and it just had so many problems. I ended up selling it. But yeah, it's a cool gun. It's kind of like my backup. I don't really use this. I installed a rail up top, and this is actually the carbine length barrel, and I installed the standard 4-end on there. I just thought it looked better than that sort of blocky carbine version. Yeah, and I put some ghetto little things here so that my hand fits in there better and it's more comfortable. The pistol grip on L85s are very uncomfortable, so I put that on there. It's a cool gun, shoots great, and has a quick change spring system. Really easy to maintain and to take apart really quick on the field. I've had a bunch of times where I've had like a jam or something wrong with the gun, and I just take the thing apart while I'm getting shot at and fix it, and then like return fire kind of thing. It's pretty cool. This is my real steel. I built this kind of to replicate my Airsoft version of it, and same pretty much everything. A couple of differences. I have my core somewhere. I just can't find it, but it's more of a vertical style pistol grip, and actually it's the same exact one as the very first gun I showed you. Same pistol grip. I use hex mags in it. It's a 300 blackout. Cool, really cool gun. I have a Vortex Spark 1 on it, and it's currently having some issues, but I'm just trying to see how far it will go before it absolutely breaks. I built this rifle, like all the parts on it are chosen by me, inside and out. It's got a little sort of similar muzzle attachment as the Airsoft versions, and it directs all the muzzle blast forward. This one I have built and unbuilt and taken parts from a bunch of times, but this is a mag pull lower with like a Skull Frog upper from the GMP build your own kit or whatever. Just a standard, it's a Tapco stock. I'll build this again eventually, but right now it's just kind of in pieces, and I got almost all the parts to make it complete, but I haven't gotten around to it. Okay, so let's go over some of my spring rifles. This is a Snow Wolf. What is it? The M92? I can't remember, but this thing has a lot of problems. It currently works now. It came to me with a bent inner barrel, and it was shooting all over the place, so I actually had to cut the barrel and re-crown everything, and it works great now. It just doesn't have the velocity I want, and you don't have really much options in terms of upgrading it. So yeah, and I you know, cut out these grooves to save a little bit of weight, because this is all steel. This whole gun is steel, like sheet metal steel, and so I cut out some grooves and stuff to, you know, this used to be solid. I cut these so they're flush with each other, because it looked kind of stupid, like being like really far out. And it also does come with a bipod and a carry handle, but I just took it off because for lightweight reasons, and I occasionally put them back on. This is my sort of VSR-10 clone. I've done some stippling on the pistol grip portion, and that's what it looks like. Just kind of went with the body lines, and this gun shoots great. You can't upgrade it very much. You can upgrade the trigger group, and you have to modify it quite a bit, but you can upgrade a few things. And I got it for $60, and I made it as best as it can be. and it's a great backup gun. I bring it for other people to use, or for me to use in case one of my guns go down, then I can at least still play in whatever weather conditions, since it's spring. This is my 100% custom VSR-10 build. The base, like the barrel, or the outer barrel, and the actual stock itself is stock, and the bolt handle, and a couple other little pieces here and there. But I got a stainless steel bolt. I got all custom internals, super awesome trigger pull. All custom steel internals and aluminum where it can be, aluminum trigger guard, and I had to modify all this stuff to work with it, but it works great. This is a 3:9 magnification scope that actually came with the Snow Wolf, but I rarely use it, so I end up using this for this gun. It looks a little bit better on this gun, I think, because it kind of just looks more like a precision rifle. Anyway, and I also got a suppressor on the end of it, and it actually does quiet it down considerably. There's some squirrels occasionally that get in my yard, and I hit their butts and stuff, so they get out of my yard real quick. Anyway, when they're eating my vegetables and stuff. This is my Hatsan Escort Magnum, and for those of you that have watched my other videos, you know that I've had some problems with this gun. I'm currently selling the muzzle thread, the threaded cover protectors. And so if you're interested in that, let me know. It has cool fiber optic sights. I've heard some people complain about them, but they work great for me, and I'm pretty damn on target with this thing. And it's a semi-automatic shotgun, 12-gauge shotgun. Comes with everything you see here for this particular model. I've only done some slight modifications. I've stippled the front handguard, stippled the bottom portion as well. Internally, I have modified a few things to make it run better, and I've had the piston seize up on the magazine tube before, so I had to file that down so it would fit again. And it has issues occasionally, but if you keep it like under 100 rounds, it works pretty flawlessly. Had the charging handle break 2 times. This is my 3rd one, and they won't even respond to my emails or anything anymore about that issue. So they've pretty much just given up on me. It's because I shoot this thing often. Like most people shoot their shotguns or their firearms like 100 times and then put it on the shelf or whatnot. And I've run thousands of rounds to this thing, so things break on it, But anyway, if you call them up, I'm sure they'd fix the issue. This is a Mossberg MVP Patrol, so it's a 16-inch barrel. It's got a sort of built-in sort of scout sights. Actually, a scout sight, it would have the sight back here and the optic more forward. But it's got this nice little Picatinny rail up top, and you can mount whatever optics you want on it. This is a Vortex Crossfire 2, I believe. Not the V-Plex or the one with like the red dot built in. It's just like a straight up scope, no powered anything on it. Cool rifle. Takes SR-25 magazines or like sort of standard 308 or 7.62x51 NATO magazines. Got a Magpul K-grip on it. This here actually is an LSS. I think it's the MDT chassis system, and it normally comes with a sort of a wood plastic composite stock thing. And this is just a Magpul PTS stock and a standard buffer tube. Oops, I didn't mean to knock the camera, sorry. And yeah, cool rifle. Really, the trigger on it is amazing. But got a fluted bolt, so you can run it pretty damn dirty, and it works no matter what. Pretty loose tolerances on those things. There's a little bit of bolt wobble, and but overall, super reliable gun. I've never had a single issue with it. It's a bolt action rifle. These are some of my Airsoft pistols. This is I've modified the shit out of this thing, and it looks like shit too. But I've done a lot of experimenting with it. I've shaved down this little portion so I could get a better grip on it, or a higher grip on it. I've profiled this area just so I could get a better grip on it, and I've stippled it in some locations. And I actually use this one to kind of practice stipple locations for my real steel variant of the same gun. This is a Airsoft Glock 23, and I've actually replaced all the internals that I could with a semi-automatic variant, so it no longer goes full automatic. It only is semi-automatic. I wanted it to be closer to my real Glock 23. This is a Glock 19, and it's internally exactly the same as that gun. This gun actually has Glock, I think 17 and 19 parts inside of it. So, but this is a brand new Glock 19. I have this just for collection. I actually scratched it a little bit, but depending on what Glock decides on if they're gonna appeal to the public market or not, I just have these on hand. This is my Glock 27. I got it because it was very close to a Glock 26, and at one point I was going to get a Glock 26, so I wanted to practice concealed carry. It's super greasy. I didn't wipe it off or anything, but yeah, it's a cool little gun though. This is also semi-automatic only, and I also used to use this to train before they released a Glock 42 airsoft pistol, which this is. This is the Glock 42 by Stark Arms, and I don't think they even make these anymore. But yeah, if you're interested in this, let me know, and you could. I'm not selling this, but if you have any questions about it, and yeah, then I have another one with a steel slide. And this is the one I use to practice concealed carry, and I also just practice drawing and stuff, so I don't have to use live ammunition, and it's much cheaper and all that good stuff. This is actually the case it comes in. I got extra mags and whatnot. Okay, and then this is my real Glock 23. It's clearly a Gen 4, as you can read here. And I've also stippled this portion and profiled the front here, and then also stippled that. And I've also removed some of this little area because it knocked into my middle finger knuckle on my right hand, and it would the 40 Smith & Wesson has a little bit more recoil than a 9mm, so it kind of knocks you around a little bit and hurts your hands in some places because the Glocks are not entirely ergonomic, so you have to kind of fit them to your hand. I've got a Trijicon night sights on it. These sights are horrible for precision work, but they work great for close-up stuff. I do have a conversion barrel to shoot 9mm as well. And the cool thing about these, if you're looking for a all-around cool gun, get this gun. If you're looking for a first gun, get this gun. It's great for the range. It's great for home defense. It's great for plinking. It's everything. And you can get that $100 conversion barrel, and you can find it for cheaper too. You can find it used as well. And their lifetime warranty by Lone Wolf, I believe. And yeah, you don't have to change anything in them. You don't have to change a recoil spring or anything. You just pop the barrel in, and you could even use the same magazines and 9mm functions in it. I've never had an issue, but I do recommend getting the 9mm specific magazines for 100% reliability. So let's go on. This is my Glock 42, and I have night sights on it by, I can't remember the manufacturer. I think it's True Glow or something like that. They're great. They're steel sights. They're adjustable, both windage, not elevation, sorry, but for windage in the back there. It's kind of dusty because I haven't cleaned it in a while. But yeah, and I've also actually modified the magazines to take 7 rounds. So if you notice, there are 7 slots there. So if you need to know how to do that, I have a video tutorial, and it functions 100% flawlessly. So I don't know why Glock didn't do that. This gun is actually decommissioned. I'm not going to fix it anymore. The slide is broken. This is sort of modeled after the Beretta Bobcat. It's a Taurus, can't even think of what the hell it is. But it's a 22 LR, and you can fire 22 shorts out of it too. It's a flip-top barrel design. It's also magazine fed. Originally, it has a built-in safety to where you can't fire the gun without a magazine, but I thought that was stupid. So I removed that mechanism, and it does fire without the magazine now. It's a cool gun. The trigger pull is horrible, just to make sure it is unloaded. It's unloaded, magazines out of it. But look at this trigger pull. And the reset's like even, look at, so it doesn't break until you go all the way to the back, and so you're like off target by the time you get there, and it's like one of those things where it doesn't matter how much recoil it has, you're like, when the hell is it gonna break? When the hell is it gonna break? And it does, and it kind of catches you off guard each time, you know. And the reset is, where is it? The reset is all the way back to where you start. That's horrible. Anyway, it's a fun gun. Sights suck on it, and it's hard to hit, you know, broadside of a barn with it, but it's fun, and it served its purpose for getting me more into firearms. And my dad actually got this for me when I was young, but there's no point in fixing it because you can get a brand new one for probably cheaper than you can get the parts and for this gun. But yeah, and I've kind of moved on, and I'm not really into shooting 22 LR because it's not as satisfying as a round to shoot. This I just recently acquired, again by my father. He gave it to me last time he came out here. It comes with this cool leather guard. It's a revolver, 9 shots. It's made by Harrington and Richardson. It's a really cool revolver. He got this, I think, when he was younger, and I shoot more often than he does nowadays, and so he gave it to me, and I'm trying to get the cylinder open here with one hand. There we go. And yeah, this is 9 shots, and I need to give it a good cleaning because I shot it a couple times without cleaning it up. But yeah, it's a really cool little revolver and super accurate. The sights are not the best on it, but like if you kind of learn where the sights are aiming, it's a great little plinker. And if you want to shoot cheap, you know. But yeah, so that was my collection. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If I'm not selling any of these, except for that one that I'm already selling, but I have a buyer for it. So don't ask me unless you're planning on you know, spending, you know, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Just don't ask me. Like, this video is not about these guns are for sale. So please keep the comments about, or keep them questions about these firearms rather than, you know, how much for this gun or how much for that gun. That's not what this video is about. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for future videos. And please subscribe and like, and happy shooting.